6th of April, as I recall, and my iPhone came up and said, hey, you've got an email. It says, possible copyright infringement. Your After the Hope of November video has been pulled down. Oh, well, okay, shoot, you know. Well, I guess we'll have to do something about that. An hour and 6 minutes later, a new notice came in, and this time it was more emphatic. It said, copyright violation due to a third-party notification from Don Henley. Your video has been taken down. And I thought, hey, this is nice. This could be some earned media. You know, we've kind of poked on and he poked back. So he took the bait. So good. And so he took that down. We didn't get a lot of views on it, you know, between the YouTube video and Hipcast. I think we were maybe 1,500 views. And it was a mediocre quality parody. I mean, we threw it together for April Fool's Day. And the main thing was just to get it out there and to give Don Henley a hard time and see if he would bite. He bit. Well, based on his response, I thought, well, you know, this could be a good thing. Let's parody another one of his songs. Now that we have his attention. So then I, based on a popular request from people who were emailing me, I wrote lyrics to the song, All She Wants to Do Is Tax, based on All She Wants to Do Is Dance. And that song, some of you may know, was actually a commentary about Ronald Reagan's policies in Central America in the mid-'80s. That's right. Because the song was basically decrying this individual who was not informed and was basically only interested in partying while all this death and gun running was going around him, okay? And it was a direct commentary on Ronald Reagan's Central American policy. And one of the reasons why I know this is a year after the song came out, I had completed my U.S. Army Intelligence Officer School, and a year after that, I was working in the Reagan administration as White House appointee. And so, you know, I liked the song, but I really didn't like the lyrics. So I thought, wouldn't it be kind of fun to take that song, because Henley's such a well-known leftist, and write a parody of it, going after global warming and Barbara Boxer, and kind of by extension Henley himself, because, you know, Henley's given a lot of money to Barbara Boxer, my opponent. So just kind of fun to go to. And so we wrote the song and released it the day before the Tea Party rallies. And for 2 days, it was listed by Google in the top 20 most viewed videos as far as the pace that it was being viewed at. And this time, it only took 3 days for Don Henley to pull it down instead of 6. And by the time he pulled it down, we hit about 25,000 views in 3 days, which isn't bad for, you know, I mean, clearly it was going viral.
Can we still see copies of it? Like, has somebody taken it?
No, because yesterday we were served with federal lawsuit papers, and Don Henley and his partner in crime versus Chuck Devore, my partner in crime. My lawyer assures me that we will win, but nevertheless, last night I didn't sleep as much as I normally do. I'm thinking, you know, am I really going to lose my house? So, question.
You need to write a parody of Dirty Laundry. Just stick it right in his face.
We will after we win this first round of the court. So thank you very much for encouraging me to throw away the small amount of equity I have left. I appreciate this. Yes, it's like charge the hill, I'll be right behind you, right? So now, my question to you, and this isn't really a rhetorical question, but just think it through, is do you suppose if I was a self-funded millionaire dilettante with 3 or 4 people on my staff, each receiving more than 6 figures in salary, excluding bonuses, how do you suppose I would have approached this opportunity, if at all? Anyone? Well, I would submit to you, I don't think such a campaign would, because they're risk adverse. And they have to have a focus group, and they have to have an opinion poll. And by the time they get around to doing something, they lose the opportunity for the news site. See, we saw the opportunity to link this video with the Tea Party rallies. And it worked. It worked. And we've also then gotten some additional earned media, because there's a few newspaper articles around the state, which is why my iPhone is replete with a very long laundry list of very hateful things that people have said about me on my YouTube account and on my blogs, all of which, of course, I'm deleting or disapproving. One of them this morning said, I hope you die in a car wreck.
Did you wear your seatbelt this morning, though?
I always wear my seatbelt. So I hope you die in a car wreck, and that was probably one of the more benign things that was said. And so I quoted that comment, and I put it on Andrew Breitbart's Big Hollywood. It should be posting here shortly. I asked my lawyer if it was still okay, do I still have free speech rights? Can I comment on a pending federal lawsuit? I was like, yeah, go ahead. So I think that the other thing that's interesting about this sort of campaign that we're trying to run is that not only are we consciously seeking to emulate every technological innovation that Barack Obama successfully engaged in his insurgent and ultimately victorious campaign against Hillary Clinton, but we're also constantly then looking for opportunities that we can get in the news, and the important thing is that not every politician is equipped to be able to do that. Many of my colleagues do not have a comfort level with a core philosophy that allows them to write their own material quickly. They need to have staff help them, they need to ask a lot of questions or have, again, focus groups or opinion polls. Like the thing I wrote for Breitbart today, I just looked at a draft in 30 minutes, sent it over to the attorney. Is there anything in here that would prejudice our lawsuit? I changed this, that, and the other thing. Okay, thank you very much. Boom, we're on Breitbart, or should be shortly. That's something, by the way, I learned at Claremont. I mean, I was already pretty good at writing before I came here, but as all of you know, with your small class sizes and the mandatory participation that you engage in at this college, that's something that's sharpened as a skill that I view as an extremely valuable skill that I learned and certainly was dramatically improved here at Claremont McKenna College. And I would submit to you that not every person who's an elected official has that ability organically to take advantage of those things quickly. And that's something that I'm hoping to turn to my advantage in this campaign. When I was first elected 5 years ago, I asked my staff, or basically I was already pretty heavily blogging at the time, back when actually blogs were more popular then than now. Have you noticed that blogs have kind of decreased in the traffic, and it's kind of shifted to Facebook now? At least I think I've seen that.
Maybe Twittering is like what's
Twittering
killing it.
well. How many of you here Twitter? Okay. Well, my family, of course. How many don't Twitter? Okay.
Well, raise your hand.
All right. So you know what was interesting? By the way, you know what's interesting? How many of you saw the report on the internet a day or two ago that they did a survey of the grade point average of people who Twitter and don't Twitter? Any of you seen that? Okay. And they found that people who Twitter have like a full half point less grade point average. Now last night I was speaking to the American Nuclear Society in San Francisco, the second time in 2 years. 65 people, and half of them were students from UC Berkeley from the nuclear engineering department. And I asked them, how many of you Twitter? Not one. Okay. And then I told them about that, and of course they were all feeling quite superior. But some of them didn't even know what it was. I would submit to you that given that this is CMC, the Twittering is similar to the pirate jump house out there. Okay? And that if you're an archetypical CMCer, you can Twitter and have a pretty decent GPA as well. Okay? I'm just saying. Just saying. So don't feel bad if you Twitter. All right? So what we're trying to do in our campaign is engage across the full spectrum of technology. And as I was saying before I put myself on a tangent,